Hey guys, so it is like 30 degrees out. It is so hot. So what me and my friend decided we're gonna do is jump into the freezing Canada water. And I stole my dad's cowboy hat because it's so hot and I'm already like kind of sunburnt, but let's go do that. I ended up also changing my bottoms into leggings because you best believe if I touch a single piece of kelp, I am freaking out. So I just did that so that I don't accidentally touch anything gross.
Oh!
Oh, it's so cold!
Afterwards, we decided to go stand-up paddleboarding. Since we already jumped in, we thought worst case, if we fell in again, we'd just get cold and wet, so no harm, no foul. And we saw so many seals. They came about a meter away from us, so it was awesome.
So far today has been a long day, but it has been so much fun. We actually ended up setting up more prawn traps and went to a local store, which I didn't film. And when we came back to the boat, we were kind of sunbathing, sitting out in the sun, and we realized that we were just dripping in sweat. It was so hot, which is weird because it's Canada. So what we impulsively decided to do was jump into the water, which you guys saw. It was absolutely freezing. It was so cold. It was kind of freaky because below you couldn't see 2 feet in front of you from any direction except for like, you know, above the water. But below the water, it was just like murky green water. And then afterwards, we decided to actually go stand up paddleboarding, which was amazing because there were like 7 or 8 seals that were kind of circling us from a distance, just trying to see what we were because they were a little confused, just checking us out. And one ended up actually coming maybe 1.5 meters to 2 meters away from us, which is super close for a seal, and it poked its little head up from the water, and it was just so awesome. It was so cool. So we did that. Now I'm going to go eat dinner, and then we are gonna go out. We're gonna go check out some really cool hieroglyphics. They're like ancient hieroglyphics that are on the island. We're gonna go back and check the white sturgeon, the one that washed up on shore, because she was really excited to see that. And then we're gonna go out, get our prawn traps to see if anything was caught there. Hopefully we caught some stuff. And if the sun isn't set by then, we're actually gonna go back out on the dinghy and drive to just outside the cove where tugboat's in, because if you go right outside the cove, it's just open water with mountains miles away, and the sunset is just beautiful. Let's go do that.
On our way to the rock carvings, we saw a bunch of sea stars underneath this rock, and here are the rock carvings. They're so cool. There are 3 dots here, and this one has the face, the 2 eyes, the nose, and the smile. As we continued down the path of the island, we went to the old tree house. I think it was built quite a few years ago by some kids, but it's still standing today. You're not really allowed to climb up inside, but there was just the 2 of us and we were light enough, so we got up. It's pretty big. There's 3 floors, and the floor did not fall through when we stood on it, so I would count that as a win. There's a really cute little bench on the inside that you can sit in with a stunning view of the ocean. The treehouse is attached to this really cool red big tree. As we were walking the rest of the way around the island, we saw a deer, which is not very common here in Tugboat Island because it's so small here. This was a really lucky find because these deer have to swim from neighboring islands, and it's not very common. I was also lucky enough to have this gorgeous eagle fly over top of me to get that incredible shot. We walked across the rocky shoreline, which I always think look like craters on the moon, and saw this heron shaking a little fish that it just caught. I'd never seen them in the action catching a fish like this, so I thought it was so cool, but we spooked him a little bit, so he flew away with his fish. I also saw this cool little design in the kelp. We went further across the island until we reached the clubhouse where there was a ping pong table. We played a couple rounds, but we sucked. Then, once the sun was starting to set, we got on our dinghy to this beautiful open ocean and pulled up our prawn traps. Once we've caught our prawns, I am tasked with the job of breaking them apart, as you can see here in my little demo. Not a single part goes to waste because we throw the heads back in the water for other fish and we eat the tails. Some people might think this is gross, but as a biology major, I think it's awesome. You can see all of the guts inside this prawn right here, and I always think it's so fascinating. And sometimes you'll get a massive prawn like this one. This one was huge. It was one of 3 and he was just massive. Then my mom and grandpa cooked up the prawns and we had a delicious dinner. Then for dessert, we decided that we wanted some s'mores, so my dad MacGyvered a little bonfire on the boat for us, and we were able to roast up some marshmallows. Bonus points and comment if you know the reference MacGyver, because that's a pretty old TV show. We had tons of fun flaming the marshmallows, and I love it when they're burnt. So you can see here, I charred it to the extreme.
You know the trick though?
Mm-hmm.
That's bloody burnt.
The way that the fire is burning this marshmallow almost makes it look like liquid, which is so cool. It was a gorgeous full moon tonight, so we sat on the upper deck of our boat, watched the moon and stars, and made some s'mores, albeit not well, as you can see my very messy process here. They tasted good.
Perfect.
By the time we were done with dinner and dessert, we didn't have time to go and watch the sunset because it was too late, but we did have a little movie night. Then we went to the dock and started watching the stars. You can't really see it because it was super dark and my camera isn't great, but it was incredible. The moon was so bright, it looked like a spotlight in the sky. Then I walked across the dark, pitch black dock and made my way back to our boat. Most days when I'm out on the boat, I get tuckered out with all of the activities that we're doing, so I've never actually been out on the dock when it's pitch black like this. This walk back to the boat was so relaxing and just serene and beautiful. I finally reached our boat and took one last look at the pitch black water before I headed back up. A lot of this is kind of reminding me of the video game called Dredge. If anyone has played it or watched anyone play it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The vibe is the exact same.
So it is 11:53, so almost midnight, basically midnight. We were just outside with a blanket on the dock, laying down on the dock and stargazing. It's absolutely freezing, so I'm wearing this super thick poofy jacket that I took from my dad. So right now I'm gonna go to bed because I'm absolutely exhausted. It was just such a fun, amazing day. So I'll see y'all in the morning.